That tough loss for the boys in blue, taking the L in primetime to the Minnesota Vikings.
Such a bummer. So there were a few bright spots on the defense, but only 6 points total for the new offense. Our Dominic Miranda caught up with some of those players in the locker room after the game to find out what went wrong.
Hey everybody, here in the Colts locker room after a 21-13 defeat on Sunday Night Football at the hands of the Minnesota Vikings. Joining us now is Colts defensive back Kenny Moore. A huge scoop and score in the first half of this game. Kenny, just overall impressions of a close loss, one where the defense stood tall really the entire game and the offense just couldn't really get anything going in this one.
Yeah, we're just doing our best as a team to put a complete game together. It's going to take all hands on deck to really get that done here in this season. So we just got to do our best to get that done along the stretch, and with each game that's coming up right now, we got to do our best to be our best.
That's a really good offense you just played, and the defense, game after game, it just seems like you guys are getting better. No, it didn't result in a win tonight, but what have you seen out of that side of the ball that's allowed you guys to progressively get better this season?
Honestly, just the repetition of the snaps, just falling in love with practice, just being intentional with the walkthrough, and just trying to learn as much as we can in meetings, writing the notes, and honestly just coming together. Certain things you don't see on a week-to-week basis. However, the offense, they try to attack you on things that you've been attacked in prior weeks. So just having that memory, the repetition of everything that the coaches have given us to prep us for each game, I think it's definitely helped us throughout the stretch.
So you guys are now 4-5. You got Buffalo next week at home. You're still in the thick of things in the AFC. How do you have a short memory with this one? And it's a tough stretch of the schedule, no doubt about it. And flush this one and get back in the win column next week.
Well, I like to jog back into memory and see what have we done to get here and how we made it through that adverse time prior to this one. And I think last week we gave up a huge one in Houston, and I think everybody was bummed out. Come Monday, I can only speak on my side of the ball, but for us to come into Minnesota on a great stage and go toe-to-toe with them, we can just look at each other and say, hey, we did this before, so let's go back out and let's put our best foot forward tomorrow and going forward, so we can light up Lucas Oil and come out with a win.
Awesome. That's Kenny Moore. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Colts lose on Sunday Night Football 21-13, back at home next week against the Buffalo Bills. This is the Colts locker room, and we'll send it back to you.